For years, I've been traveling full-time around the United States in my van, but also around the world. And as I travel, I always wonder where I'll end up one day. Settling down in the US feels comfortable and familiar, but despite that, I've always fantasized about moving to Europe. Maybe it's because I feel like it'll be safer for me as a queer woman, or because the healthcare system in Europe is more affordable instead of profit-driven. Or maybe it's because of the superior public transportation system, access to healthy foods, lower cost of living, and cheaper education. But I've always wondered, what is it really like to move from the United States to Europe? This week, I visited my friend Maddie's European friends to find out what it's really like to live in Europe. What originally made you leave the US for Germany?
I think just the idea of a new adventure and my partner, Ellie, honestly.
Even before Germany, I know that you kind of wanted to move to Europe in general. Like you were thinking around of different ideas of where to go, like even Spain. Is there anything that drew you to Europe and not wanting to be in the US?
I don't know that it was necessarily not wanting to be in the US. I think it was really just the idea of Europe was so romantic.
Yeah.
And it just sounded like such a cool experience to have. Mm-hmm. And I know that I'd seen, when I was in the van, there was just so many cool videos of people doing that, of taking their van to Europe. And it sounded really scary, but it sounded like such a cool opportunity.
Yeah, and like a learning experience too,
Absolutely.
To do something new.
Absolutely.
When I study, I worked for 4 years now, so I sustained myself. Mm-hmm. If I want to study now, the government will pay for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And for you too?
No. That's an Austrian thing.
Oh.
And that makes it very easy for a lot of people to afford education. That's
also a lot of government funds that are really nice to students, where it's not like you're going to have debt for your whole life, like maybe for a little bit. Yeah. But it's so much faster paid off and way more in the interest of students than I feel like in the US, where it's like you can have student loan debt.
What are like the risks that you could run into?
Collapsing.
It could collapse? Look at that shape.
Beautiful. And then I'm gonna just...
Whoa, it's really wobbling. Do you know what you're doing? Oh no. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
When you eventually did come and move here, what was the hardest part about adjusting?
Not speaking German.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's still hard because German is just a tricky language. Mm-hmm. And I think that we live in a place where there's not very much English accessibility, but because I have Ellie and Ellie's German, I am just more likely to rely on Ellie to speak German for us than I am to do the speaking myself, because I'm just kind of shy. When I first moved here, I was afraid to say even moin. And now I think I'm finally at the point where I'm okay if someone hears me and knows that I'm not from here. But it took a long time for me to even feel brave enough to stand out in that way. Yeah. I just wanted to blend in. And to blend in, I had to not say anything, which I know is not the bravest thing to say, but it's the truth.
Yeah. Maddie and Ellie actually have the Bluetti Elite 300, which is the same power station I use back at home to do the van builds. And today we're using it to do pottery outside. I've never done pottery before, like legitimately, but Maddie's an expert, so she's gonna teach us how to do it. The Bluetti Elite 300 is one of their newer models and one of my personal favorites because it's the smallest, most compact 3 kilowatt hour power station yet. And that's perfect for today because we were able to bring it outside. Because it has such a large capacity, we don't have to worry about how much we're using it. We're starting in the morning at 83%, and we are all going to be making pottery, so we're gonna be using it throughout the day.
That's a beautiful ball, Laura.
If your lip is not perfectly made,
it's not going to pour perfectly and then you get drips everywhere, which we have multiple matcha bowls in our house that don't work properly. But you're going to weigh out 600 grams on there, and then I'll just like go over it with you. This is a new fun challenge. Try to throw while the entire wheel is being moved. No, I appreciate what you're doing. Please don't stop.
I know you guys might feel differently, but how do you think Europeans in general view people like Maddie, like expats that moved to Europe from America?
Oh,
I actually don't know that much about expats, to be honest.
I don't know either. Americans would be more accepted than any other culture, like
I think that they're
especially
actually
Syria or Turkey or stuff. Like Germans and Austrians are very racist.
yeah, no,
It's
they
very
really are.
implemented in the culture.
Which is so interesting because you would think that they learned something.
No,
No.
they didn't. I broke my kneecap. I had to wear a cast up to my hip for months.
Really?
Because it also, like, the kneecap went from here to here
Oh my god.
and broke. Or my collarbone, my finger.
I broke my collarbone too.
Every time I broke a bone, you just go to the hospital, get it fixed, and you're good to go. There is no pain.
There's no pain at all?
No, it's included in your taxes.
That's crazy. Like, that's unheard of in the United States.
It's crazy that when your child breaks a bone, you have to, like, it's almost like you have like a little panic attack maybe because you have to pay so much
Yeah.
money. I don't know what my parents would have done with us kids. Like,
Yeah.
we were wild.
I know, that's what I think about for us having kids, because even having kids is so expensive.
Yeah.
Especially us being a queer couple, we would have to do IVF or like adopt. But even IVF, it's so expensive each time. But even for straight couples that conceive, if there are complications, you could be spending $20,000 just to have the baby.
Mariana. Mariana. You never showed me interest when we were just.
This is my largest class I've ever taught. I hope I don't forget how to do it. When you're putting your clay on the wheel, some people will say just throw it down. You don't have to do that. You can be nice and gentle. You can eyeball exactly where the center of the wheel is, and then you're just going to smush it down. And you can help your clay by just smacking it into center. If you put your finger on any part of the clay body, if it's centered, your finger shouldn't move from where you have it.
How would you describe German culture to someone who's never been?
Like reserved.
Reserved.
Like I feel like German, a lot, not all obviously, like it's never all, but like quite reserved in a way, and like taking their time to approach someone or opening up to someone. Mm-hmm. Quite judgmental.
Very judgmental.
Yeah, German culture.
Austrians
so,
too.
Yeah. Really judgmental. Yeah, I think
lot.
that was the biggest thing. Like, you have to prove yourself as worthy. And that is mostly by hard work. And honesty in some way. Like, the people are really honest, but almost rude.
But also very rude and
Yeah,
bold.
and like, it doesn't need, you can be honest, but you don't need to be rude.
My thighs are pressing in against the wheel. Elbows are locked into my body. When you do that, you're gonna be using a lot less effort. You're gonna get way less tired, and it'll be a lot easier to have the clay move with you.
What's something that Germany or Europe in general does better, in your opinion, than the United States?
I mean, you can always say, you know, healthcare. That's an
Yeah.
obvious one. Like social programs. But I personally haven't greatly benefited from those at this point. And there's definitely bubbles of this in the US. Like, I think we're both a part of one of those bubbles, but I think that there's a huge value in the natural world here and across Europe. And I do find that there's just a lot of community-based stewardship. There's a lot of grassroots movements here, even for just wildlife rehabilitation. And I just think that there's this inherent appreciation that people have that might not necessarily be as popular throughout the US.
So I kind of start small like that. Like that.
What's cool about this particular Bluetti power station is it has a European plug, so it's a little different than the one I have back home. But I love how versatile these power stations are and how they can be used for so many different projects all around the world. You guys know I typically use my Bluetti power station for building the van back home or even living in the van as a backup power source. And now I'm gonna check in with Maddie to see how she's been using it over the past few years.
We had really old electrical in the house when we moved here. And so we actually couldn't even use a lot of the electrical in the house to do the renovations. So we used Bluetti to power the entire thing. So all of our power tools, all of like putting in the new electrical, tearing down brick walls, putting up new things. We were using it for literally every single step of the way.
If you're interested in getting the Bluetti Elite 300, I have the link in the description as well as a discount code, so be sure to check that out. Think that living in Europe is better than living in America, or you think?
Yeah. What we all know about is like crap in your food. Like obviously there's crap in our food too, but it's just like we already know that there's things that are literally not allowed in the in Europe that come from the US. So like isn't that kind of crazy? Because they're already saying that our laws are kind of loose and there's more sugar and they can hide sugar if they want to. But then there's things that are literally not allowed in Europe from the US. So what does it say about the food in the US?
The clay was actually too dry because everybody else had to go. So we are wedging again and making a little ball.
Honestly, Sarah, this is probably fine though. Like, it just needs to be big.
And you're just turning it a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, no, that's perfect how you're doing it. Now you can make a ball.
Okay.
And we're back at the wheel.
My brain is not following, like it's going with it, and I'm like, where's the right?
Lock in.
Yeah, lock in. That is her thing. She needs to lock in more. I keep seeing her elbow out here, and I'm like, no.
My hands don't have the strength. Wait, what did you say about outside hand or inside hand?
Your outside hand is pushing.
Pushing in.
Pushing in.
Oh, got it.
Getting crazy. Holy moly. Beautiful.
Do I do that again?
Yeah, you can do it one more time, I think.
Okay, one more time. This is the fun part. And it's pretty easy. Maybe the easiest part of everything. I'll compress that rim. I love that shape. That's so fun.
You happy with it? Do you have any last things you want to do to shape it?
I'm afraid.
Same.
I'm blessed that I made it through. Like, I didn't think I'd do this. So if I do it again.
You're really fast. I feel like.
Really? I guess I could try to make it a little more bubbly. I like the shape.
That looks
Okay.
really good.
I'm getting dizzy. Like, I actually don't know what to look at. Is this right? I don't know.
Going when you wire it off.
Oh.
Wait, let's wrap it around your hands.
Wait, I'm so scared of this. I don't know why.
You can do this. Slow and steady.
Fuck, no.
That's what happened to me too. I was like, no, I can't do that.
What if I mess it all up?
Keep going now. Follow through.
Did I do it? Is it ruined?
You did it. That was great. Made a really cute small. Beautiful. Wow. You're done.
I'm so
For now.
excited. Thank you. Ooh.
I think that looks good.
Yay.
Cool.
For me personally, what I was talking about with Maddie a little bit is like I would only want to move to a place in the US where it's more common to also take your bike and stuff, like where it's not as huge streets and all of that, and you have to have a car. Like I liked growing up not needing a car until I was like, I don't know how old. Like I was taking my bike everywhere, and I was taking the bus and the train, and I like that, you know, that you don't need a car everywhere, and like you can just walk sometimes.
Here she is, all trimmed up and ready to carve.
You can see the colors do change, especially like the greens change extremely dramatically.
I finished drawing on the design. I have choya here, a little star in the background, and a bunch of choya cacti around. And now I'm going to start painting. Maddie's also here with us working on her collection. I'm gonna try to find 2 different colors to mix to make choya skin tone, but I'm a little nervous about this part because I won't know the final color until I glaze it, right?
Transportation is a big thing too.
Yeah.
Like, even in Vienna, like the city it's so easy to come around. You know, you don't need a car.
Sidewalks, but also bike lanes, like just bike bridges where just bikes are allowed. You know, like it's so cool and it's so good. And like better for the environment as well, you know, like less cars.
But also, I feel like there must be positive things about America. It's just that I can't imagine how it is to grow up in America.
I mean, America is beautiful.
Like what
it has
do you
beautiful.
think? 'Cause you've been. What do
Yeah,
you
no,
think
I
is,
mean, like California is gorgeous. Colorado's gorgeous, you know, and like there is definitely cool culture and like there's cool people, you know. Like,
is there anything you think is like better about America than Europe?
I mean, in some ways I do. I mean, I haven't experienced it firsthand, but I, like from what many and you guys told me, it's like it is easier to find a job from, like if you just have a good CV and you like prove yourself in a way.
Americans seem more free in their expressions, like a lot freer.
I do like, actually now, I do like that they're talking like a more, greeting you in this like more
and
like open way, you know, like you're in their store like, hi, how are you doing? How do
and
you like
randomly
it?
giving you compliments that's so rare in Austria or
In Germany,
that
yeah.
someone just crosses your way and just being like, oh, nice shirt or something. Nobody talks to each other.
Yeah, no, it's like, it's just like a nicer energy to come into, even if it's not genuine. I mean, you can't be interested in every person.
When did you start doing ceramics, and how has your experience been starting this first collection, starting a business in another country?
Well, I first tried ceramics on the road, and I did a month-long class, and I loved it. I knew that I really wanted to do it, and I finally saved enough money to get my wheel here about a year ago, and I haven't looked back since. Every single item is always deeply inspired by nature in some way. A lot of them are inspired by plants that I grew up with, but some of them are more of your classic plants. We have magnolias and tulips, but we also have monkey flowers, which is a California native. The specific one that I did, there's lots of monkey flowers all over the place. So mostly mugs. I have some plant pots. I have a lot of clocks, which I really love. The clocks might be my favorite so far.
If I had a house, I'd be buying some clocks, but I don't know if it can work in the van
Someday.
When's it dropping? Like,
At the
do you
end
have the
of
date?
May, I am going to set a hard launch date pretty soon here, but at the very end of May.
If you want to support my really talented friend, the link is going to be in the description for the shop drop.